This one we're going to call Gangland. Okay? I used to live in Sandy Springs, Georgia. While we lived in this townhouse, my son showed me that somewhere he had found online that the street that we lived on was actually called Gangland. Actually a low and known place for heavy gang activity, enough so that it's known, in the media or whatever. Sandy Springs, Georgia. You can look it up yourself. It's banging, it's cracking, it's going on there. A lot of gang activity, and I moved there without knowing all this. Okay, when I got out of jail for spanking my kids that time, I told you I had a friend, Mike Adams. He got me a job. Well, he got me a job in Roswell, Sandy Springs. And anyway, so I worked with him for about a year, and he got me this job, and I stayed with the company, the guy that he had introduced me to, and I worked for him for about 10 years. And him and his wife had a duplex in Sandy Springs, which is close to Roswell. It's its neighboring town, about 20 miles outside, about 20 minutes from the heart of Atlanta. So it's one of Atlanta's outskirts. It's called Sandy Springs, and it's cracking. Okay, as soon as you get off the highway, right there is automatically called Little Mexico. Okay, I actually lived in a place that is labeled Little Mexico. So as soon as you get off the highway, the first turn you make a turn right there, and you go down the street. And I live down there, and you're about to see it. I'm about to show it to you. And there was strip malls, ice skating rink, a gas station, and like I said, it's Little Mexico. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what I'm saying. There's a lot of Mexicans, a lot of Hondurans, a lot of Latino cultured people. One of the heaviest Latino population in Atlanta is right out of Sandy Springs, and there's all kind of people in there, but it's heavily known for gang activity. We would hear gunshots all the time. It was nothing to hear police sirens in front of our house. It was nothing to see cop lights. It's like a strip mall, a couple of strip malls, and around a bunch of apartments and townhouses and stuff. And the majority of people, predominantly Spanish, predominantly gang affiliated, predominantly not legal. Most of them don't have their legal papers, right? So this makes for, many crazy stories, many crazy days, and saw many crazy things go down here. Back in my drug days, when I was in my drug years, I used to come down here with this Chinese guy, the same Chinese guy that I had met through Crystal, this Chinese coke dealer, who comes into a story. I run back into him, want him in jail 20 years later, literally the same guy. Anyways, so way back when, I used to ride with him, this guy I met, through my friend Crystal, and we'd come down here, and he would get coke. He was a big coke dealer, and Little Mexico's always been known for drug trafficking. We're here right now. We're at 285 on Roswell Road in downtown Sandy Springs, which would consider the beginning of Buckhead. We're at the very beginning of Buckhead. This is 285, Highway 285, Okay? And we're on Roswell Road. Roswell Road, straight ahead, 15 miles, maybe 10, turns into the heart of Buckhead. We're headed towards Buckhead right now. Okay? You're about to see how close, what I'm saying. I came from the other way. You see this car, you come off the highway, your first immediate right. Look everything around, there's shit around. Okay? And you come into Little Mexico. And the guys stay right there at the gas station all day, selling drugs and getting work. People, it's a like the most well-known place in Atlanta that you can go and pick up day laborers. Okay, guys stand out there all day long. In all this, there's a taco stand I used to eat at. Awesome tacos. But this is all gangland. It's only 4:30 right now. But if I come back, wow, they just built a new shopping center. Holy crap. This is brand new. I used to go to this gas station. This thing right here is absolutely brand spanking new. Wow. They've been talking about tearing this down because it's so heavily drug infested. Wow, right here is now a shopping center they're building, okay? But when I lived here a couple of years ago, this was a shopping center. Wow, now they're building some shit. Okay, we're now about to turn on where I used to live. Okay, I used to live right there. Right there is where I used to live. This is where I used to come and get cocaine when I was in my 20s. And this is what they call Sandy Springs. This is gangland. This is gang territory. But just because it's gangland doesn't mean there's not nice, decent people here as well. But this is Little Mexico, okay? So a lot of shit went down here. Like I said, this is where my older son Zach got in so much trouble he wound up getting legally barred from Sandy Springs. A lot of shit went down at that gas station that we just passed. Like I said, you could go there and pick up day laborers, drugs, 24/7, literally 24/7, 365. There's guys out there 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, I do construction, so I work different kind of crazy hours. So, you know, I've done jobs where I'm coming home at 10, 11 o'clock at night. I do jobs where I'm coming home at 4 or 5 in the morning. Sometimes I'm getting up and leaving at 4 or 5 in the morning. So people are still out. Now we're coming up on the backside. That's Roswell Road. This is what they call the Prado. We're now at the Prado at Sandy Springs, okay? Prado, Sandy Springs. This is right next to my house where I used to live. I could walk to this, obviously, as you can see. T-Mobile is on. I'm going to the Publix right now to stop by and get some stuff for the way home. And I just thought it was neat. I just happened to be passing by just by coincidence because I'm working in the area and I just happened to be thinking about doing this story on gangland. I'm in gangland. I live there. Now I'm going to the Publix where me and my wife used to shop every day. Literally. And I would try to turn this thing around and show myself hello, but I'll mess the video up and I'm not done, so bear with me. We come to this Publix, you see out there, that's 285 in Roswell Road. That's known for lots of nefarious deals go down. back in the day, major, huge drug dealers and importers used to meet right here. They set it up to where there used to be two bars. Was it called American Pie? And there was a bar across the street from it, literally right at Roswell Road and 285, right across the street from Gangland. And it was what you could go in there, and you could get any drug known to man all weekend long. All day Saturday. You see? And that's the road I came down. That's the beginning. You see those apartments straight right back through right there? That's the start of it. All back there is, they call it Little Mexico. All those apartments, the ones you just saw. And like I said, it's heavy gang activity. If I come back at 7, 8, when it starts to get a little dark, holy shit, Publix is closed? Oh my gosh. If I came back in an hour or two, the place would be crawling. It's hard to drive through there, because maybe I'm going to go through anyways. For part of this, I'm going to go through the gas station, just give you a little brief idea what I'm talking about. There's guys that stand out there and drug deal 24/7. There's guys that are homeless that live there. There's, guys of every caliber you could think of. And like I said, we're talking heavy gangland, gang activity. People die around here. People get hits put on them. People get robbed. People get murdered right there, right at that gas station. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a million cops out there. I'm literally million cops. They come out and they, put the tape. They run the tape. So, like, there's bodies on the scene. We're going to take the back way out. Okay. Publix I used to shop at's closed. I'm going to take the shortcut back by where I used to live and go through the gas station. Damn, there's the fucking police. Bear with me. Oh, what the fuck? Alright, I had to put the phone down. I just passed a fucking cop. I'm holding my phone. But you'll get a small glimpse real quick. I'm gonna roll to this gas station. You can see what I mean. And it's like not even 5 o'clock, so it's hot out right now. But as soon as it starts to get a little cool and dark, the block gets lit up, and there's literally guys walking up and down the street all night doing anything and everything you could think of except for obey the law. Can't even tell you the things I've seen going on. Drug dealing's going on right across the street from my house, prostitution. Not just selling drugs, they're doing drugs out in the open. It's a crazy deal down here. Okay, here we are. We're back in Little Mexico. See all these apartments? Both sides of the road. We're about to pass where I used to live. This right here, this street right here that I lived on, was in a magazine and online as Gangland. Officially, this street. And the thing, it shows this sign right here, Lake Placid, right? And this is where I used to live, right across the street from them. Lake Placid, where I used to go when I was 20, and then just by coincidence, I moved into this townhouse 20 years later across the street from where I used to had dealings. You see, all down there's apartments and stuff. Like I said, there's apartments on this side of the road. This side of the road, that used to be a convenience store and a strip mall. They just built something. Whatever the hell this is, you can see the construction's brand spanking new. I moved out of here. It's been at least 3 years, maybe 4. Okay, now but this is what they call Little Mexico. And this is really where it's cracking, where it's popping. The feds came in. A friend of mine was getting drugs from some guy they were selling drugs out of this at this store, wherever in the corner is. A friend of mine got caught in there. They raided him, and he happened to be there when they raided him. I'm just seeing if there's any people that I know here still. Nope. You see, it's pretty calm and cool for the most part during the day, but in the mornings, all the Mexicans are out here, and they literally fight each other. They literally get into fist fights over who's going to jump in people's car. You know, people come to pick up workers, and they don't. They don't like it. These are gang dudes trying to get work. And this asshole's making it hard for me to get through. But this is it. Like I said, when you hear Sandy Springs, this is heavy gang activity right in this little area. And all these apartments around here are drug peddlers, human trafficking, prostitution, all that goes on right here. This is 285 on Roswell Road, officially Little Mexico and gangland. I wish I could have come at another time when it's more cracking. 7, 8 o'clock at night. It's like spring break for Spanish people out here. This is Mike, the ADD advocate. I'm not only a client, I'm not only the president, I'm a client as well. Love you.